What's really being done to stop the hackers from winning, and what can we all do to protect ourselves? Well, cybersecurity expert and Berkeley Varitronics CEO Scott Schober has the answers. Welcome back, Scott.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Scott, I got to tell you, this is getting too scary here. I mean, it's one thing after another here. We're talking about almost every major company. Of course, we heard about Home Depot and, of course, I think it was Target and others. What's going on here?
Yeah, it does seem like there's got to be an end to it, but it's never ending. Day after day, there's yet another breach. And these cyber hackers, they're getting savvy, and they're just looking for wherever the vulnerability it is, and they're striking in. And of course, the latest with the JP Morgan, it shook up the whole banking industry. So no end in sight for sure.
Absolutely. And now, of course, Scott, we're talking about governments here. I mean, actually, this is probably nothing new, but the Chinese, I don't think that's much of a surprise. I guess the question is here, do you think that the United States government and businesses here can expect any assistance from the Chinese government?
Yeah, no, it's getting to be a mess there, and really the Chinese hackers, they're a little different in that they're looking to hone in on IP, intellectual property of these U.S. companies, and they're fierce, and they don't look at it as this is something illegal or something wrong. They're just moving in full speed, so it's something that all corporations need to be alert about and be careful on.
Interesting, Scott. Of course, FBI Director James Comey likened these Chinese hackers to a drunken burglar. I'm saying they're abusing it like a drunken sailor. The question is,
yeah, that's true.
Absolutely, and I guess the question is here, how can personal people, just the average citizen, protect themselves? Because they got this new thing I was looking at here in Business Insider. Now, hackers are now stealing millions of dollars from ATMs with this new thing called Tyupkin or whatever it's called, where they can just kind of pass by these ATMs and just break in there and steal millions of dollars. I mean, this is just outrageous.
Yeah, it's scary, and it seems like you put up your defenses over here, and then they're finding another way to exploit you. And a lot of it all goes back to the very basics. Obviously, the physical security, we know about what to do there, but when it comes to something where you're entering your password in, or even the basics of sharing your password, big no-no. I'm not even using a debit card anymore at an ATM. I refuse to use it. It's too risky, too high probability that you can now get hacked, not as much as the guy looking over your shoulder or using an ATM skimmer that's physically modifying the hardware, but that they could remotely hack into the ATM and actually get your credentials.